Welcome back to Whiskey Dents. Late again. When are you guys gonna learn? Today, we're going to be working on the roof. We got some supports to put in there. So let's get after it. We'll save the talking for last. I missed you guys. All right, what we have here, custom bent. It's pretty sweet. We got 3 of these. I'm gonna put one like right in here, one directly in the middle, and then copycat this side on the other side. I do need to trim it up just a little bit, and these will be tying in with the existing brackets that are already in here, or braces I should say. So we gotta work fast. It's like 20 below outside, and I bet within a half an hour I need to turn the heater back on. So let's do it. All right, so this is our roof from the inside. Plan is to go from one to the other. So I think that'll hold it. It's a little bit wider and stronger than the original, the factory originals. So one there, one in the middle, and yeah, you know. So I'm gonna get these trimmed up, and then I'll shove them in there and tack them in. You guys can take a look at them. All right, so we got it up in there. It's nice and square. I just need to weld it up real nice, and then we'll do the other side. Gonna look real good. And if you look up on top, you can see that the roof is it's hard to see, but it looks really good. So I'm a happy guy. Just gonna weld it on there. All right, she's all tacked in there, and I gotta tell you, this thing is real nice. That ain't going nowhere. I know I am going to figure out some type of a headliner, but I'm also going to put that Dynomat or whatever it is, that sound deadening. I'm going to cover the entire roof. I'm going to do the floor, pretty much anything and everything I can get, I can put it on. Just because I don't want to really listen to the noise coming from the road. I don't know, just makes it a little bit nicer. I mean, yeah, I like driving old vehicles and all the noises and everything else they make, but it's kind of nice to drive something a little quiet too once in a while, if you know what I mean. Anybody else watch last week's episode? Must not have been a fan favorite. Kind of a dud, but anyways, this week will be much better. I got some really good jokes. Oh, and since I'm right here with the welder, I might as well do a little bit more welding. You know, it's not going to get done overnight. But, yeah. We'll knock some more of this out, and then we'll jump onto the next brace. And it's a half an hour later. I got a lot more of it welded, but man, this is gonna take a long time. Anyways, let's jump on those. Actually, let's do the other side support. I gotta leave the middle because I still need to make cuts towards the front and lift this center section up just a hair and then re-weld it. So I'll leave the middle one out, but I'll put the other side on. So. Yeah, it's starting to get a little smoky in here, but it's too cold to let her air out, if you know what I mean. All right, so the second one is in. As you can see, it really made that look nice. Somebody could walk on this roof. Anyways, like I was saying before, I need to... This original cab on the front had this I don't know, it's like a dip in the middle. So I gotta cut to the front, lift it up just a little bit, and then we can throw that bracket in and weld this up where it needs to be, wherever else. So tomorrow, I'm probably gonna buy some hockey pucks. We're gonna have to put them between the cab mounts and whatever in the cab to lift it up just a little bit. Then I'm gonna do my transmission cross member as well as my motor mounts. I was gonna use angle iron for the bottom, but I think what I might do is put a piece of angle iron on there and weld it together and then take it back to the shop and make some nice motor mounts. It's really not that much work. It's not difficult, and it'll look a whole lot nicer than that. So anyways, what else we got going on? So hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll lift all this up. We can get our transmission cross member put in and fart around with the motor mounts. Maybe we can get the motor level. That'd be nice. Yeah. And then once we get all that done, then we'll probably jack the whole thing up and take the wheels off and actually put it up on blocks. So I just have a few things I need to get done before our guest shows up on Friday. It's my brother Jeff. If you guys don't already know, he is a mechanic, a carpenter, a body man. Who knows what else? A plumber, a semi-professional race car driver, and an amateur tattoo artist, as well as a volunteer firefighter. No, I'm just kidding on that last part. But yeah, he'll be here Friday. Plan is do both doors, rear doors, suicide doors, have the hinges hung, like open and close nice. I'm super excited. He's bringing a good welder with him, so we can make some of this stuff look pretty. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be a big week. So I'm really hoping the next couple of weeks I can start hanging steering column parts and brake master. Boy, we're just gonna start running downhill here pretty quick. The big stuff is getting close to being done, so that's awesome. Before you know it, we'll be slapping some seats in this old girl. But anyways, I am gonna call her quits for the night, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, so I'm just kind of looking ahead. I'm gonna need a piece of 2x3 tube, 54 inches long, for my hanger bearing. I'll just go straight across, frame rail to frame rail, weld it in there. I'm going to use the Crown Vic aluminum drive shaft for the rear, and then we'll get to the hanger bearing, and then we have that little piece of drive shaft. I think we're gonna have to add like 3-4 inches of that, maybe 5. I don't know. I'm gonna have it done by a professional. I'm sure I could weld it and get it to hold, but vibration and whatever else, you don't want to be wearing out your hanger bearing or any of that other happy stuff. The seals in the back of your transmission, or your rear diff leaking or whatever else. So anyways, that's where I'm at. See you guys later. All right, so it's Tuesday evening. It's about 15 below. The heater has been on for about an hour, and I'm fully suited up, and it is still cold in here. So anyways, it's supposed to be high 20s, maybe 30s next week. So anyways, figure we'd do a little bit more welding. Why not? I got some isolators for the cab. I got drill holes in them still, and I also need to get some hardware for the to bolt it all together so nothing's moving around. But then we'll be able to put the transmission where it needs to be, and then just kind of build off of that. So let's do a little bit of welding for a little bit, and yeah, we'll jump on the next thing. good thing I checked to see how much wire I had before Friday. I have to pick some up, go to Harbor Freight. Anyways, when Jeff gets here on Friday, we're going to start focusing on these hinges. So this hinge, what would it be like that. Will have to be inside here. And then to put one down here as well. They gotta be the same distance apart. They gotta turn out level. All that happy jazz. I think what I might do is maybe try to cut some of this out. Put a flat piece in there or something, make it look like this. I'm not exactly sure, but it would be a whole lot easier if the bottom hinge was, if it was flush down here. Because I don't really want to bring this out because I don't know if it'll interfere with the door or not. So that's all stuff that we're going to have to figure out on Friday. And then we'll have to reinforce it behind it. And as well as, so it'll be like on this side of the door. Oh, sorry about that. Let's just say it's right here. I'm going to cut a chunk out of here and put that 2x2 in there that I'm going to cut. So it'll be like indented in there, and I'll have 3 holes in it for the hinge that'll just bolt on. That'll be exposed, but that'll get me to where it swings out. I don't know how far, I can't really go in very far, otherwise I'm not going to be able to have one piece glass. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this just yet, unless I rethink that and then put the hinge further in like the front of the door would be. I don't know yet. One way or another, we're going to figure it out. Kind of getting sick of welding already. So, let's find something else to do. All right, so I'm just trying to do some thinking out loud here. What if I just like mounted this piece of angle iron on here and welded the whole thing and then lopped this hinge off and just welded that on like that? You would still have adjustment with the bolts here to get you in and out. Or cut them things in. I don't know. I don't really want to try to reinforce anything on the inside of the door because it's just hard to get to, whatever else. Maybe I will put a piece of angle iron on there. Then we would know exactly where we needed to put our hinges. You guys got any ideas? I don't. I mean, I got a few. Jeff's a pretty smart guy too, so we'll get it figured out. All right, I figured that I would show you guys a few more welding tricks. For one, being that this is flux core wire and you don't need gas, you can hold it back as far as you want. If you got a big gap that you need to fill, you can hold this thing back 2 inches. Fill your hole. It's not going to be a great weld, but you can fill it and then go over the top of it closer so that then you'll get good penetration and it'll clean that weld up. Another thing is if you can reach the back side and you have like a decent sized piece of copper, maybe like a handle on it, the weld won't stick to the copper. So you can hold it back behind there and do your welding. And you don't have to worry about it sticking. It might stick a little bit, but you can snap it off pretty easy. So that's those are my 2 tips for the day. Anyways, it must be a full moon on. The ladies that live in my house, they pretty feisty today. I think I'll stay out in the garage a little longer tonight, boys. A few more things that I figured out. I'm just gonna use this the Crown Vic stock drive shaft, and wherever that stops is where I'm going to put the hanger bearing. because it'll be easier to add 3 inches to that short shaft or intermediate shaft or whatever you want to call it. It'll save me a bunch of time, and I'm gonna weld that cross member right to the frame. I don't really care. The next guy can cut it off if he needs to. And I really wish that I would have pressure washed that transmission before it went in there, but as you can tell, it's a little chilly out, so that won't be getting cleaned, unfortunately. I could maybe scratch on it with a screwdriver a little bit and try to clean it up, but it is what it is. The next guy, I'm sure will be happy to rip that out. Put a 6-speed in it, or 8-speed, or 10, or whatever. But I'm really hoping to have everything mechanically done by the end of, I don't know, I was kind of hoping for like end of April and give myself 2 solid weeks of body work, because there's going to be a lot. And I mean, I want it to look good, but it's definitely not going to be perfect. So hopefully I can get Jeff to come back down and help me. The only problem with that, he's a bit of a, he's a perfectionist, so he's going to struggle with my type of body work, so that might not work. So I don't know. There might be a 1/2 inch of mud on it, 6 coats of primer, and some flat black or something, making it all look the same color. Who knows at this point? I was really thinking maybe just have it professionally painted, but that would have to be after the F100 show, because I'm just not going to have enough time. That's all there is to it. I'm already starting to panic a little bit. There's still a lot to do, but I mean, once these doors are done, realistically, I get the motor, transmission, drive shaft all mounted, then we can fly. I mean, brake lines, that ain't gonna take long. Fuel line, no big deal. Master cylinder, I ain't worried about any of that. Everything in that other donor truck is gonna bolt right up so I can put the dash in. Steering column, all that stuff. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fixing to get the front sheet metal mounted on, and slap a couple of seats in it. We're ready to rock. So, anyways, it's enough talking. I was going to use these to hold the cab up, but I don't think so. I think they compress a little bit too much. So, I don't know. Might have to do the old hockey puck trick. I really don't want to take it up any further because, I don't know, it's probably already 3 inches or whatever it is up here. I am thinking that, I mean, I like the natural rake that it has right now, but I think that I might revamp this back here just a little bit. You can't really see it, but I might close that gap a little bit, like bring it down another inch. It's not a whole lot of work. I don't know. I think 1 inch might do it right. But we'll see. That's all going to be extra stuff. I'm hoping that box is the last thing we slap on here. But anyways, back to work. All right, so you guys want to know what I'm actually going to do with this grill. I ordered the Ford emblem. It's black and silver rather than blue. Plan is that I'm going to make a sheet metal piece that's round so that that piece can sit on there so it doesn't look like it's floating. And I'll just weld it in there. Make it look nice and pretty. And then the people over at Oxbeam sent me a message and they want to sponsor me. So they are sending me a switch panel, some 7-inch halo lights, and then what else? 42-inch light bar, I think. So my plan is that being that the blinkers will be in the bulbs for the headlights, that I was going to, well, here, let me show you on this one. See, the 65 and 66 had like an opening for your blinker. It was above the headlight. I think I might just fill that hole completely over both sides and then just have the blinker in the bulb, or in the headlight, I should say. And then as for that light bar, I was thinking about maybe cutting a hole on the inside or the lower portion of the bumper and kind of grafting it in there. Maybe put like a little bit of a lip around it. Something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure. I really got to have it here and hold it up and take a good look at it before I actually decide what I'm going to do. I think last week's video got a little bit long, so I'm going to cut this one short. I think what I should start doing is around 25 minutes to a half an hour. I think that's kind of the sweet spot. And I don't want to bore you guys or record every single detail or anything else. If you guys want to comment and tell me you want more information on this, that, or the other thing, I'd be more than happy to go back and kind of show you how I did it. Anyways, you guys got to tell me what you think. The more comments, the merrier. All right, so we didn't get a whole lot done this evening, but it's too cold out here. I can see my breath. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. But I'll be back out Thursday night. We're definitely going to get the cab bolted down, raised up, bolted down, and then transmission cross member. And then Friday I can do that motor mount when Jeff is here. So, all right, see you guys on Thursday. Bye. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Unfortunately, I was going to work out here tonight, but I have to leave in the middle of the night to go trucking. Heading to South Dakota, drop off a trench box for my part-time job. So I got material for my transmission cross member, everything else that I need. I got some hockey pucks. We're gonna get this body lifted up an inch. I still need to drill holes in them, and I also need to find some hardware, but that won't be hard to find. Thank you guys for joining me. We're over 2,600 and some change. I don't know, 2,635 or something. I got monetized on my mother's birthday, the 8th, which was awesome. I couldn't have did it without you guys. Honestly, there's no way that I'd be out here working on this stuff if it hadn't been for YouTube. Like, for one, it's 20 below outside, maybe 15 right now, but it's cold enough, you know. No, there's no way I would have been out here. I mean, I've had this garage for a few years, and I don't hardly ever come out here in the wintertime. Like, usually the snow's so deep you can't even get to it, to be honest with you. But anyways, thank you guys for all the support. Don't forget to check out Classic Car Revivals, High Octane Garage with a K. Who else? 1776 Garage. He's working on an old Mercedes. Who else? Nebula Danny. He's actually doing this same thing that I'm doing. He's a ways behind me right now, but from the looks of it, he's a little bit better at sheet metal than I am. So I don't want you guys to jump ship and go over there and never come back, but I would definitely suggest checking out his channel. Real quick, what else? I'll leave all the channels that I've been watching lately on in the description or whatever. So anyways, thanks again. We'll see you next week. It's going to be a really good one. Tell all your friends, and see you guys later. Y'all come back now, you hear? Whoa, you guys are still here? I am not going to lie. I really Need to clean this place up. Can't even hardly move in here right now. There's just stuff everywhere. But it won't take long to pick up. I just need to do it. Sometimes it's more fun to make the mess than to clean it up, if you know what I mean. We're moving along quite nicely. I am going to hit it hard this next week. That motor, transmission, I want all of that done. I want that hanger bearing mounted so I can get the middle drive shaft cut to length so that we can be on the verge of hitting some wires and maybe jump starting this thing. Make a little bit of noise, even though it's a 6-cylinder. Boo! But whatever. Maybe the next guy that owns it'll coyote swap it, you know? Something cool. Maybe a Terminator Cobra engine. You know? That's about the coolest ever when you can hear that whine. Anyways. Thanks again. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. All right, double bonus footage. Who wants to see a 1966 Ford cold start? I think it's like 15 below where my brother's at. Well, I don't care if you don't want to watch it or not. You're going to have to now. Here you go. Bye.
66 Ford F100 390. Cold start. Maybe. She's cold. Might not start. Started. Not very happy though. Probably let her run for a little bit, charge the batteries back up, get some coolant circulated. So, thanks for tuning in on this beautiful 5-degree day right now. 15 below last night. Lots of snow here.